The first time it happened, Ren was lying in bed, almost asleep, when a sound jolted him awake. The door to his room creaked open by inches, letting a thin beam of yellow light cut across the floor.
I am sleepwalking. Really, don't mind me.
Wait, sleepwalking? Yui, she never talks to me during the day. Now she's mumbling in my room at night.
Before he could respond, she climbed onto the edge of his bed, movements slow and unbothered, her pillow still clutched tightly.
Should I wake her? They say you shouldn't. So I stay frozen, heart pounding.
Ren, this is Yui. We're all a family now. I hope you two can get along.
Hello.
Her handshake was brief and cold, like touching something she'd rather avoid. She barely glanced his way.
And now that same girl is in my room, mumbling about sleepwalking. It doesn't make sense, but what can I do?
The next morning, Yui acted as if nothing had happened, reading at breakfast, not a single word about the previous night.
Yui, do you remember anything about last night?
I don't know what you are talking about.
But every night the door would open and she would shuffle in.
It's been a full week. Sleepwalking every single night? No way. During the day, she barely looks at me. At night, she's practically in my bed. It's like she's two different people.
Determined to test her, Ren locked his door before bed. The next morning, the spare key in the hallway drawer had vanished, but lock or no lock, that night she still appeared, letting herself in as if she owned the place.
So she's not just sleepwalking, she planned this, down to stealing the spare key. I need proof. Can't just accuse her blindly. Tomorrow, I am setting up my phone to record.
That evening, Ren dragged his bedding to the living room and built a makeshift fort out of cushions and blankets.
If I am not in my room, she can't find me. Tonight, I'll finally get some sleep.
Hours later, the living room was dark and silent. Then, a soft shuffle of bare feet on hardwood. A hand pushed aside the blanket flap, and Yui crawled inside, pillow in tow, eyes half-lidded as always.
You've got to be kidding me. How? How did she know I was here? This isn't sleepwalking. She's tracking me. But why? What does she want?
The next morning, she was gone before sunrise, leaving only a rumpled blanket and a fading scent of shampoo.
Night 9. She found me in the living room. Night 8. Locked door. Night 7. Same. This list is getting ridiculous.
Ren opened his notes app and scrolled through every entry, each one a failed attempt to understand the girl who invaded his nights.
I'll keep documenting until I figure out exactly what's driving her. I won't stop.
That night, Ren set up his phone to record, positioning it in the corner to capture the door.
It's almost 2 a.m. Maybe she won't show. Maybe she's given up.
Then, at last, the door handle turned. Yui slipped inside, but tonight her steps were slower, heavier.
She's different tonight. Something's off.
She climbed onto the far edge of the bed, not under the covers, and sat with her back to him.
Is she shaking? No, she's trembling. Actually trembling.
Ren held his breath, watching through the narrowest slit of his eyelids. Yui's hand clutched the pillow so hard her knuckles went white and a single tear tracked down her cheek.
She's not faking this. That's real pain. What happened to her?
For the first time, Ren felt a shift, not suspicion, but a growing worry that maybe the girl invading his nights was drowning. 3 days later, Ren couldn't shake the image of her trembling. He needed answers, even if he had to find them himself.
If she won't tell me, I'll find out on my own. This has to stop.
One afternoon, while Yui was at her club activity, Ren quietly pushed open her door and stepped inside.
I know this is a total invasion of privacy, but I have to know.
He searched carefully, gentle with her things, until his eye caught a crumpled ball near the wastebasket.
What's this? She never throws anything away without shredding it.
The note read, "If we don't bond, they'll send me away." It was tear-stained, the ink smudged.
Send her away? Who are they? And what does it mean if we don't bond?
He smoothed out the paper and stared at the messy, desperate handwriting. His heart sank.
She's not just lonely, she's terrified of losing this family. That's why she comes to my room.
In the days that followed, Ren watched every expression that crossed Yui's face, searching for clues. At dinner, their father suggested a family outing to help them bond. Yui's fork stopped midair, then lowered slowly.
She flinched. The word bonding triggers her. That note wasn't random at all.
That evening, Ren found Yui reading alone on the sofa. He took a seat beside her.
Hey, Yui? You've been quiet lately. Is everything okay?
I'm fine.
You can talk to me if something's bothering you. We're family.
There's nothing to talk about. I'm just tired.
The dismissal was sharp, but Ren caught the slight tremble in her voice and the way her fingers dug into the book.
She's hiding something painful. I won't push now, but I'll keep my eyes open.
2 days later, at dinner, their father set down his spoon with a clink and announced a family outing for the weekend.
I thought we could all go to the lake this Saturday. It might help everyone settle in.
Yes, it will be fun. A chance for us to relax together.
That sounds nice.
Her smile didn't reach her eyes. Ren knew that look by now. It was the face of someone bracing for impact. Past 2 a.m., the door creaked open. Yui shuffled in, her movements even more hesitant than usual. She climbed onto the bed and curled up on the edge, her fingers gripping the pillow so tightly her knuckles paled.
Please, don't send me away.
Send her away. The note wasn't just a fear, it's a direct plea. She actually believes they might separate us. That's why she's so desperate to bond. She's trying to save the family, but she's doing it all wrong.
The next morning, Ren moved through his routines like a ghost, the whispered plea echoing in his head.
If I bring this to Dad, maybe he can reassure her. But what if he gets the wrong idea and makes it worse? I have that crumpled note. If I show it, I prove I broke her trust. Then she'll really shut down. She's been carrying this alone for so long. The last thing she needs is a snitch.
He weighed every option and found none. The only safe road was patience.
I'll protect her secret. When she's ready to talk, I'll listen. Until then, I won't push.
That evening, he left his bedroom door ajar, a silent signal that he was there if she truly needed him.
This burden is heavy, but it's not mine to share. It stays between us until she brings it into the light.
And so, he shouldered the secret alone, hoping the weight wouldn't crush them both.
I'll wait, Huey. As long as it takes.
A week later, Ren came home late from cram school, the house quiet, except for a low murmur from the kitchen. He paused, just outside the door, when he caught his name.
Yui's been so closed off. Ren tries, but she barely speaks to him. I am worried they aren't bonding at all.
I know. Maybe if they don't get closer soon, she might need a different environment, just as a last resort.
A different environment. They're talking about sending her away. This is it, the source of her nightmare.
Let's not jump to that. We'll give it more time, but I can't bear to see her so isolated.
Ren's knees felt weak. The note, the night pleas, all of it, traced back to this well-meaning worry, twisted by Yui's terror.
She must have overheard them months ago and believed the separation was already decided. No wonder she's desperate. This isn't on her. It's a misunderstanding born from care. But how do I fix this without making it worse?
He slipped away without a sound, carrying the fragile truth. Yui's fear was real, but the danger wasn't. That night, Ren lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, the overheard conversation replaying in his mind.
Dad said they'd give it more time. So it's not set in stone. But Yui doesn't know that.
He remembered her tear-streaked face, the crumpled note, and the desperate way she clung to his blanket.
I can't stand by and watch her drown in a fear that isn't even real. I have to set the record straight.
But how? If he accused her, she'd retreat. If he revealed he knew about the note, she'd feel betrayed.
I need a soft approach. Not a confrontation, but a conversation. Make her see I am not a threat.
He rehearsed the words in his head. Yui, I know you are scared, But you misunderstood what they said. They're not sending you away.
No, that's too direct. I need to start with something simpler. Maybe just tell her I heard something that might help.
He turned onto his side, resolve hardening. Tomorrow, no matter what, he would talk to her.
I won't let her suffer alone. It's time she knew the truth, that she's not going anywhere.
The next night, Ren didn't lie down. He sat against his headboard, fully dressed, lamp within reach. The hours crawled by. Then, just past 2 a.m., the door creaked open and Yui drifted in like a ghost. Before she could take another step, Ren reached over and clicked on the lamp, flooding the room with harsh light. Yui froze mid-step, her eyes snapping wide open, the pillow clutched to her chest like a shield.
Yui, we need to talk. I know you are not sleepwalking.
I don't know what you mean. I am sleepwalking. Let me go back to my room.
She turned to flee, but Ren was quicker. He stood and placed himself in front of the door, hands raised peacefully.
Please, just wait. I am not going to hurt you. I just want to understand, what are you so afraid of? Why do you really come here every night?
Yui's breath hitched, her hands trembled, and for a split second, the mask slipped, revealing sheer terror.
I found something in your room. A note. It said, if we don't bond, they'll send me away. And I heard our parents talking. They're worried, but they're not planning to send you away.
Yui's face drained of color. The pillow slipped from her grasp as she stumbled back.
You don't understand. If we don't get along, they'll send me away. I can't go back to being alone. I had to do something. That's why I am sleepwalking. It's the only way. I am still sleepwalking.
You don't have to pretend with me. It's okay to be scared, but you are not going anywhere.
You are wrong. You are all wrong. I am just sleepwalking. I have to be.
She was crumbling, but the denial held like a shield. The lie had become her only lifeline. Ren stood still, his heart aching as he watched her fight against the truth. She needed time, not more pressure.
She's still clinging to the sleepwalking story, but her eyes say everything. One more push, and she'll break.
Ren's expression softened. He stepped closer, his hands open and unthreatening.
I am not going to let them send you away. You are my sister now, and nothing will change that. But I need you to stop lying to me. Please.
Yui's knees buckled. She slid down the wall, burying her face in her hands as sobs shook her.
I wasn't sleepwalking. I never was.
The words hung in the air. The pretense finally shattered into silence.
I am sorry. I was so scared. I didn't know what else to do.
I know, but it's over now. You are not alone.
He didn't reach out to hold her. He simply stayed close, a quiet presence in the dim light.
The lie is gone. Now the real work begins. I'll help her through this.
Yui stayed crumpled against the wall, but the words began to spill out between the sobs.
Before this family, I was bounced between foster homes. I never stayed anywhere more than a year. When Mom married your father, I thought it would be different. For the first time, I felt like I belonged. Then one night, I heard them. Dad and Mom, they said if we didn't bond, they might have to send me away. I panicked. I didn't know how to connect with you, so I thought if I was close to you at night, maybe that would count. I knew it was wrong. The sleepwalking story was the only thing I could think of. Every night I prayed you wouldn't catch on.
Ren didn't interrupt. He just let her pour out the years of loneliness and fear, his chest aching with every word.
I have a file somewhere. Multiple placements, it says. I was so scared of adding another one, but I get it now. You know, you've seen everything. I am so sorry, Ren.
He finally understood the true weight she had been carrying, not just a fear, but a lifetime of wanting to belong. Ren moved closer and knelt in front of her, his voice low and steady.
Yui, you overheard a worried conversation, not a final decision. They were scared for you, Not of you. They love you. They just don't know how to reach you because you keep everyone at arm's length. I heard them too that night. Dad said to give it more time. Mom said as a last resort, they don't want to send you away.
Yui looked up, her red-rimmed eyes searching his face for any sign of deception.
But I heard them. They said separate. I was sure.
You heard a worst-case scenario. They were brainstorming, not planning. They're on your side.
A fragile warmth flickered in her wet eyes, but the years of fear didn't dissolve in a single breath.
How can you be sure? People always say that. But then,
Because I know them. And I know now that I won't let it happen. We're a family, and I'll prove it to you.
They talked for hours, the bedside clock ticking past 2, then 3, until it glowed 4:15.
You don't have to fake anything anymore. If you want to be close, just be close. Knock on my door. Ask to watch a movie. You are stuck with me now, whether you like it or not.
A wet, tentative laugh escaped Yui, the sound still rusty from years of disuse.
stuck with you. That sounds like a threat.
Maybe it is, but you are not getting rid of me that easily.
For the first time, she looked at him not with fear, but with something that resembled relief. They stayed up until the first gray light filtered through the curtains, then wordlessly headed to the kitchen.
I made extra toast. You should eat.
A new day had begun, and with it, a quiet understanding settled between them. At the breakfast table, Yui passed Ren the toast without a word. In the doorway, their parents exchanged surprised, pleased glances.
You two are up early. Did you get any sleep at all?
Across the table, Yui's lips twitched. Ren returned it with a small nod. After breakfast, they walked to school together. The silence wasn't cold. It was the quiet of people who finally understood each other.
See you at home, Ren.
Yeah. See you. And don't get lost walking back. I'd hate for you to sleepwalk into a utility pole.
That night, Ren's door stayed shut. No shuffle, no creak. Then, at exactly 10, a soft knock.
Can we watch that movie? The one you mentioned before? I brought popcorn.
She stood there with a blanket and a hopeful smile, and he realized the sleepwalking was truly over. From that night on, the visits were a choice, brother and sister, choosing each other. 1 week later, the house felt different, lighter, as if a weight no one had named had finally lifted.
The remote is mine tonight. You chose last time, and that drama was terrible.
It was not terrible. You just don't appreciate storytelling. Give it back.
From the kitchen, their parents listened to the bickering with quiet smiles. This was the sound of a real family. Later, while washing dishes, Ren caught a soft sound. Yui was humming an old tune, off-key but comfortable.
Didn't know you could hum. Or that you knew songs written after 1990.
Shut up. It's catchy. And I'll stop if you keep making fun of me.
From the hallway, their parents watched the moment, their eyes meeting in a silent, grateful understanding.
They finally found each other. I was so worried, but look at them now.
And in the kitchen, amidst soap bubbles and off-key humming, two siblings laughed together, at home for the first time. That evening, their father called everyone to the living room. Ren and Yui sat on the couch, still not used to good surprises.
We just wanted to check in. Blending a family isn't easy, but we can see how much you two have been trying. We're so proud of how close you are becoming. It's more than we hoped for. Most importantly, we want you both to know this is permanent. We're not going anywhere.
Yui's eyes glistened. Without thinking, she looked toward Ren, who was already watching her. He gave a subtle, reassuring nod. No need for words.
We love you both. This is your home, always.
Thank you for saying that.
And for the first time, the words that had once haunted her finally lost their power. She was safe. The family sat together in the quiet, bound not by blood, but by a choice they'd all made. Another month passed. Yui's doors stayed open at night, a quiet invitation. Sometimes Ren wandered in to borrow a book. Sometimes she popped into his room to complain about homework.
You and your calculus problems, maybe if you slept instead of watching movies at midnight.
Says the guy who still mixes up the quadratic formula.
Small inside jokes formed, references to late-night movies, a shared eye roll over their parents' odd cooking experiments. One evening, Ren returned from the bathroom to find Yui already sitting on his bed, wrapped in a blanket.
I figured you wouldn't mind. Your room has the better view of the stars.
You are getting bold. No sleepwalking excuse tonight?
Shut up. Just come watch the stars.
No excuses needed. They were simply brother and sister choosing each other. A year later, on the mantle, a new photo sat among the others, the four of them at the Cherry Blossom Festival. Yui and Ren were mid-shove, grinning wide, while their parents laughed behind them, petals in the air. Dust had settled on the frame, but the smiles were untouched, fresh as the day they were captured. Ren had taken it himself, the timer ticking down as they all scrambled into place.
Turns out, she just needed to know she wasn't going to be thrown away.
Outside the window, cherry blossoms still drifted, as if the world itself had gentled. Inside, the routine had become ordinary. Homework battles, movie nights, and late-night kitchen raids. Yui still had nightmares sometimes, but now she knew where to go. She'd knock, wait, and the door would open. No questions asked. They had chosen each other, and that was the deepest peace. Now, in the quiet hours past midnight, the house breathed softly. Yui still woke sometimes, heart pounding from half-remembered dreams, but she didn't creep in uninvited anymore. She just knocked. Two soft, familiar taps. Ren didn't jump anymore. He simply called out, "Come in," and she'd pad over, pillow in hand, no excuse needed. Sometimes they'd talk, sometimes they'd just sit in the dark, listening to the wind until her breathing evened out. He left the door ajar now, a silent promise. You are not alone. In the soft glow of the moon, two pairs of slippers rested by the bed, one blue, one pink, side by side. They had worn them down over months of mornings and midnight talks, scuffed and comfortable. No more sleepwalking, no more lies, just a brother and a sister who had found their way to each other. Because some bonds aren't made by blood, they're made by choice, and they chose each other every single day.